Hi, this is the Trinity Bible, and I'm Nigel Dixon. I've translated it from the Hebrew Masoretic text and the Greek Textus Receptus into simple, readable English. It's translated word for word, literally, and I road tested the whole of this on my two youngest sons, Samuel, aged 8, Joseph, aged 6. When they were 5 and 7, they started and they read the whole thing. If Samuel couldn't understand a word, I had to find a word or a phrase that he could understand. I'm reading from Matthew chapter 9, verse 10. Then while Jesus was sitting, eating food in his house, look, many tax collectors and sinners came, and they sat down with him. And his learners. And when the separatists saw it, they asked his learners, "Why is your teacher eating with tax collectors and sinners?" A couple of footnotes there. Jesus, Yeshua, he will save. Separatists, that's a translation in modern English of Pharisee, Pharisaios in Greek, or Perushim in Hebrew, which means separatist. But when Jesus heard, he told them, "Those who are whole do not need a medical doctor, but those who are sick. But you go and learn what that means." Hosea 6 verse 6, Micah 6 verses 6 through 8, Micah 12 verse 7. I am going to have mercy and not sacrifice, because I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners to turn and change their heart and their thinking. Then John's learners came to him asking, "Why do we and the separatists avoid eating regularly, but your learners do not avoid eating?" And the footnote there for John is Yohanan. Jehovah is gracious. I am is gracious. God the Father is gracious. And Jesus asked them, "Can the sons of the bridal bedroom mourn as long as the groom is with them? But the days are coming when the groom will be taken away from them, and then they will avoid eating. No man puts a new cloth onto an old garment, because what has been put in to fill it up pulls away from the garment, and the tear is made worse. Nobody puts new wine into old wineskins, or else the wineskins break, and the wine runs out, and the wineskins die. But they put new wine into new wineskins, and both are preserved." While he was telling them this, see, a leader came and worshipped him. He said, "My daughter is dead now, but come and lay your hand on her, and she will live." And Jesus and his learners got up, and they followed him. Then see, a woman was diseased with a flow of blood for 12 years. Came behind, and she touched the hem of his garment, because she told herself, "If I just touch his garment, I am going to be made whole. If I just touch his garment, I'm going to be whole." But Jesus turned around, and when he saw her, he said, "Daughter, have courage. Your faith has made you whole." And the woman was made whole from that hour. And when Jesus came into the leader's house, and he saw the musicians and the people making noise, he told them, "Make room, because the girl is not dead, but she is sleeping." And they laughed him to scorn. But when the people were put out, he went in, and he took her by the hand, and the girl got up. And the fame went right across all that land. So when Jesus quit there, 2 blind people followed him. They were shouting, "Son of David, have mercy on us." And when he came into the house, the blind people came to him, and Jesus asked them, "Do you believe I can do this?" They told him, "Yes, Lord." Then he touched their eyes. He said, "According to your faith, it shall happen to you." And their eyes were opened. And Jesus immediately ordered them, "See, no man knows." But when they left, they spread his fame through all that country. As they went out, see, they brought him a demonized man who could not talk. And when the demon was thrown out, the man who could not talk spoke, and the crowds were amazed. They said, "It has never been seen like this in Israel." Israel means he who rules is El, he who rules is Elohim, he who rules is God. Israel, he who rules is God. But the separatists said, "He throws out demons by the head authority of the demons." And Jesus went around all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, and preaching the good news message of the dominion, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. But when he saw the crowds, he was moved with compassion for them, because they were fainting, and they were scattered abroad, like sheep having no shepherd. Then he told his learners, "Truly the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. So pray to the Lord of the harvest, so he sends out laborers into his harvest."